Morning, morning, afternoon, evening. What time is it where you are? It is absolutely almost lunchtime here in the UK. And today is all about motivating your team. Remember, it's customer getting week. But for those of you that are building teams in your business where you get paid more for building a team, this is also something you want to learn because your teammate usually is your customer as well. And basically, if they drop out, down goes your residual income. So let's keep them, the word motivated, first of all. I'm going to talk about that. So let's keep them inspired. First of all, let's talk about motivation. You cannot motivate somebody. Literally, you can't. Motivation is an emotion, and therefore, it is an inside job, and therefore, it is an energy, and therefore, you cannot generate energy for somebody. They have to generate it themselves. That means if somebody is in your team and they are not producing results, you are not going to motivate them at all. But you can inspire them by your production. You can inspire them by how you show up. You can inspire them by your actions. You can inspire them by what you say. But you cannot motivate them to do the work because motivation is an inside job and it's what drives people to do or not do what they have to do. That's why 97% of the population is not motivated to do more than just go, get good grades, find a job, settle for the job because it is the job they've got, and never do nothing more to improve. So today I want to talk about this for you. Computer, stop doing all those things. I'm not interested. So let's talk about that for you. I'm gonna showcase an example of an insurance, Medicare, utilities example, whereby your sign up process is drawn out, and therefore that can really impact on your team sales, your customer getting, because when a process is drawn out, people lose the momentum to keep going. So before we go into that, the daily win. Today's daily win is all about self-examination. Because if you just keep going, and you do not assess, mind you, this is not tracking, this is just having a little assessment mid-January, because this is just past the halfway mark of the first month of the Roman calendar year, and you want to kind of assess. You set goals last year, you hit the ground running, the month is halfway gone. What do you really want? What do you really want? This is a question you need to ask yourself. Your daily win is to ask yourself today, Sylvia, what do I really want? And why do I want it? And why do I want out of it? What do I want out of life? See, if you don't ask yourself these questions, you cannot motivate yourself, and therefore you will not be able to inspire your team. Very, very important question for the topic we are talking about today. What do I really want? Why do I want it? What do I want out of it and out of my life? Today is all about getting clarity for you, because you could be one of those people, even though you're in the den, you know what you don't want in life, but you have not really zoned in what you want from life. You definitely don't want that half-assed job you're working. Maybe it wasn't even your passion, it was just what was available. Maybe you came to a different country like I did when I first started out in UK doing support work. It wasn't what I wanted to do, it just wasn't my dream and I wasn't feeling it. The boss that is really an ass, and you really don't want that. You don't want to stress over money and bills. You don't want to worry about your ailing parent. You don't want the commute, it's wearing you down. You hate the bus or the public transport if that's what you're using. So you don't want there are several things you don't want, but you don't know what you do want. You don't want that relationship, it's gone sour, and the list goes on. But what do you want? See, when you focus on what you don't want, you perpetuate that problem. Perpetuating basically means it just keeps occurring and coming and happening for you over and over again. Ever seen a beautiful girl who is gorgeous, stunning, and she just keeps attracting those players, men who don't really care about her? Because she focuses on, I don't want a man who doesn't love you. I don't want a man who's a player. I don't want a man who's a cheater. And she keeps attracting them because she keeps focusing on what she doesn't want. Instead, focus on what you do want. I've given you such an example because it really is a blatant example of how people focus on what they don't want and keep getting it over and over again. It becomes a vicious cycle. People start looking at them and start saying things like, especially if you're from Africa, you'll say that girl has a curse on her. She's so gorgeous, but she doesn't keep any men because she's got a curse on her. There's no curse. It's just your thoughts, your self-image, what you think about you, and what you think about you becomes true for you. So if you focus on what you don't want, you'll get that happening for you over and over again. So if you do want to change that situation, do ask yourself, what do I want? And don't talk about generalities, and don't talk about what other people want. Don't talk about what could happen for other people. Talk about what you want for yourself and be clear about it. So today's activity is simple, very, very simple, but for some of you it's going to be like a mountain to climb because you are kind of still in your own head. You haven't come out of your head and looked at yourself like, if another person were looking at you, what would they think about you? And what do you see? That what you see, do you love it? Let's pretend it's a year from today. All right, this is your activity, so pay attention. Let's pretend it's 12 months down the road. Today is the 17th of January 2020. You are looking back at the year you just had, and it's the best year of your life. As in, literally, you're like, oh my goodness, this has been the best year of my life. What does that look like for you? What does that look like for you? What happened in that year? What did you do? Visualize the destination that you want to reach. Paint that mind movie. See yourself right there in the center of that movie. Literally visualize a TV, and you're in that TV, and there are images in that TV, and you're center stage in that TV, and you've just had the best year of your life. What does that look like for you? See who else is there with you. Savor that image. Like, feel it, taste it, touch it, smell it. Hold it. Hold on to it. Get a high-def image of that picture implanted, embedded, and burned right into your mind. Every time you're having a bad day, let that picture pop up in your brain, and replace what you're seeing with your physical eyes. Every time you're having a challenge, let that picture pop up straight up in your mind. It should be your go-to mind, thought, movie, self-image. Every time things are not going your way, it becomes your default. And when your default is success, greatness, best thing, gratitude, joy, happiness, your spirit will literally do whatever it needs to do to make that picture become a reality in your life. So what exactly do you want? Paint a mind movie, paint that destination, visualize it, see yourself right there in it, like you are watching a high definition 3D movie, and then move that movie to 5 dimension, as in it is so bright. It is so bright. We're moving from 3 dimension to 5 dimension. That image is so bright. The colors are so vivid. It's almost blinding. You need to have glasses to see it, and it becomes pure white light. You see a rainbow? It's a prism. White light becoming the rainbow of colors. And in the same way, a prism is several lights hitting that glass, whatever cut thing, whatever you want to call it, and it becomes pure white light. So you want to turn your image into pure white light, and it becomes you're sealing it into light and love, and you are saying, this is my life. You've got your why. If you've never really got your why before, today you've got your why, and the story you want to share on a stage one day, over and over again, especially if you want to become a public speaker, a coach, a mentor, and a leader in your company. For those of you that are in network marketing, you can definitely by default become a leader, mentor, coach, because you are hitting so many milestones and ranks. Your company wants you to speak on a stage, and if you say no, you literally have lost a platform to become that amazing person you want to become. So whoever you are, hit that like button so I know who you are, because I can see you but I can't see your name, and say hi, fist bump, high five, welcome anyway. So these activities you do daily, the daily win, they will add up. They are your journey towards that image that what's going on here? Don't mind that. The steps you take every day, they are your living in the gap. They are your journey towards your success. And if you do the work, you will see the transformation you're dreaming of. You'll see the changes that you are thinking of every day, the changes that others dream of. You'll start living like they dream. Every day it will become your life. I'm sure you've seen some maybe success lines, uplines. You knew them a few years ago and now they're living la vida loca, and you're like, oh my goodness, I could do with that kind of life. That could be you if you paint that picture and you put yourself in that picture. So many people paint pictures that are exciting but they are not in them, and so they never achieve them because you are not in that picture. Someone else may achieve it because maybe their spirit is quite open and ready to receive good, and you've just dreamed it for them. So you now have a reason to go out there and get out of your own way. Stop thinking all those things about yourself. Stop thinking that people are hard to talk to. Stop thinking that it's hard to talk to people. Stop thinking that people don't know what they want and they don't want what they know. And do the work. You can live the life you dream of up here a lot sooner than you can imagine. So, oh, my daughter gave me some juice before she left. Let's look at how to keep your team motivated. So today is a very easy daily win because I'm aware that you guys have your goals set every Monday. And I don't want to give you so many things to do, especially if you set maybe 3 action steps as opposed to 1. And therefore now I'm giving you another one and you're like, oh my goodness, Julie, you're killing us with work and we've got to go and do the 9 to 5 as well, or shift work. So what I've just told you to do is something you can do while you're on the toilet, while you're driving. Although you shouldn't do that when you're driving, because literally you can get so distracted with your beautiful image, you can cause yourself some harm. So do it when you are in a stable place, and you can even go on a meditation. You can breathe, do your breathing exercises and paint that picture. Paint it real good. You can even quantum jump, if you know what I'm talking about. Some of you do, some of you don't. Quantum jumping is literally putting yourself in that image and then moving, say 10, 20, 30 years back, depending on your age. Some of us have those ages on our tally, and you'd see yourself as a younger, much younger person, in that place where you didn't really want to be, but you are that young person who started a dream that got you to where you are today. And you tell that younger person, we are doing it, we are doing it, we are doing it. What you see, let's come do it. Put that young person in your heart, give them so much light and love. They come alive in your life and start to guide you on where that dream really was going in a good way. And then you quantum jump to 5-10 years from today, and you are living your life, and it's absolutely amazing. And then you merge those 3 pictures and you focus on this high def picture of what you want from life, what you really, really want, and what you want from that thing you're doing. And you literally paint that picture so vividly, your spirit has no choice but to go get it. So let's look at how you keep your team motivated. Like I said, you can inspire them, and the only way to inspire your team is by going and getting results. If your team is not motivated, sod them. Go and get your own results. But if you want to be a leader, there are always some people in your team that are runners. The people in your team that are doing some work. The people in your team that are producing some results. Never, ever, ever, ever ignore those people, because they are your wealth team. They are your wealth partners. So if your process is drawn out, or you have a product that takes like months before someone can renew, or before they can coming again. So you get a client, you know that client is gone for a whole year. You can't get back with them until maybe 8 months down the road, and you're kind of starting to drip back on them, so you can see if they can come back for a renewal, say a residual. And if your team members have the same problem, how often should you check in with them? Is it daily? If not, why? We're gonna look at that. Here's the thing. No hand holding, pretty please. You are a leader, you are a business builder who's building business with other people. So your job is not to handhold them and manage them and micromanage them and tell them what to do. Your job is to show them monkey see, monkey do. Okay? So you're not monkeys, I'm just saying. So first of all, you must understand that your team members have desires. What are those desires? We've just painted a picture for you as your daily win. Find out what do they wish to achieve in terms of income from this gig you are working together. What do they wish to achieve? Very, very important. If you never ask your new team member that question, you'll never find why and what button to push when they are not really delivering and when they are not inspired or motivated to do the work for whatever reason is going on in their lives. So find out what your team's desires. Yeah, what do they want? What's that need? What's that life they want to lead? What do they want to achieve from this gig? Because money that you are wanting to achieve from this gig has some place it's going. Where is that destination? Now, this is something I learned from Bob Proctor. Funny enough, yesterday I was actually tuning into a training, and that was exactly the same message. And I thought, I've already prepared to teach that tomorrow. I'll go ahead and teach it because the universe is saying something. It is the right time to talk about this, right? Desires, because in the beginning of the year, people's desires are really, really high, and they are driven and hungry and ready to drive them. As the year goes, people start to compromise, people start to cut corners, people start to reduce on their desire as opposed to increasing the action to get to their desire. So now's the time to really inspire people and push them by finding out what exactly they want. Now, here's the thing. The majority of people, if you know the 80-20 rule, the Pareto rule, it's quite simple. The 80% of your results come from 20% of the actions, the resources, the people you work with. 20% of the people that you work with are the only people that are really interested in driving things forward and really, really going forward. And that 20% is also broken down to 15, 5, 17, 3, those numbers like that. But it's 80-20 in general. Now, if you look at the majority of 80% of the people, including many of you here in the den, many of you just want an extra $500 a month. Maybe 1,000, pushing it. That's really pushing it. Many of you just want $500 a month, and in Africa, in Uganda, at least where I came from, $500 a month is some good money. I mean, you are getting some good money, and I'm talking about $500 or pounds. So if it's in pounds, you're getting at least 1.5, 1.2 million Uganda shillings. So this is what you're looking for. Now, if somebody tells you that's all they are looking for and they are from Uganda, you would quite literally know that they are wanting to live the middle class life. Middle class, yes, because Africa has become quite expensive to live in. I mean, the cost of living is going higher and higher. So these people aren't interested in investing in training. They are not interested in investing in courses. They are not interested in investing in marketing. They are not interested in even attending events because they do not see themselves doing those things to make the money. They don't think that in order to even make $500 consistent dollars a month that does not drop but actually increases sometimes, and the minimum you make is $500, is you need to invest in your training, in your marketing, and in connecting with other people walking the same journey so that you can have that energy walking with you. And so if you are a person in the den today and you are watching this and you have a team of people in your team, I suggest you can hold you can invite them maybe in your home or in your group, and you can play this video to them. I give you permission so that they know, so that they can see themselves exactly where are they and where do they fall, and do they need to increase their dream and to increase the action they need to take and to invest in themselves so that they can actually achieve the $500 a month. Here's the thing. The people earning $500 a month in their business, in your network marketing business, if you're a network marketer, are people who have gone flat out to do the work. And therefore, they've hit that 500. So if you're not doing what they did, you're not going to get what they got. And so they may also have had a network already. They were in another network marketing company, or they are leaders already, they are managers, they are outgoing people who really, really talk to people and people listen to them. They are community members, they are engaging in the community, and they are active members in their communities, and therefore when they introduce something that's meant to help people, people listen to them. The majority of people are not like that. So people don't see themselves, and they don't see their level of desire meeting that extra investment you're asking them to make. They're investing in going to events because you're the business owner. You have to pay for yourself. You are the CEO. So when there's an event, you're the one who pays. There's no company going to pay for you. To pay for courses, same thing. Marketing, same thing. Most people don't think that they are running a business and all these things are now their responsibility to invest in order to hit the income they're looking for. So most of such people just will not do anything that involves investment in training, learning, marketing, courses, events. That's 80% of people. And sadly, the sad thing is they don't even achieve the 500 unless they go flat out and literally do the work. They are not shy about talking to people. They are not shy about who they talk to. They go through the numbers, and by sheer volume of the people they talk to and by sheer drive, they actually hit that figure and beyond. Hard, isn't it? But that's the truth. 80% of the people do not have the desire beyond $500 a month, and therefore investing in more than the authorship of what you pay for your product, nah, computer says no. So look directly at your team members, look them in the eye and say, where do you fall, mate? Where do you fall? Are you this person, or are you genuinely wanting to make some money? And do you know that in order to make some money, you still have to invest in marketing, in promoting, and in learning the skills you need to actually connect with people and show them the gig? Or drive people to your webinars, to your team meetings, to your team presentations, and get those sales made. Either way, in order to drive a large number of people to those things, you either have the network and the authority in that community to drive them to see, or you are learning how to drive traffic. Either way, there's learning involved. Number two, the next percentage is the majority of people, and this is the saddest bit of them, because the 80% are general people. They have an employee mentality. They really don't want to do much work. They are used to getting a monthly paycheck, and therefore they thought that this is how it was going to happen as well in this business. They'd only join, maybe show a couple of people or so, get a small figure extra to add to their monthly paycheck, and may live a little bit better, pay off some debts, maybe go on a vacation or two a year, and that kind of juice. Now, the next percentage is 15 to 17%. The 80% is really the majority, and sometimes that 80 goes to 90%, but we'll leave it at 80 to not discourage you. 15 to 17% of people want up to $3,000 a month. $3,000 a month in places like Africa is a fortune. As in, this person is now, they've raised the bar, they've raised the standard, they've raised their family's lifestyle. And still, many in this category are still not willing to invest in further education, further resources, marketing, advertising, although they can be shown the advantages if they are to hit those income goals. And if you are inspiring them by doing the work, and you show them how you do it, and therefore you show them where you go to learn how to do it, they may be inspired and moved to invest. So, up to 17% of the population in your team want up to $3,000 a month, maybe extra, but are still not really willing to work for it. Now, the lowest number, the lowest percentage, that is between 3 and 5%, are actually wanting to hit $10,000+ a month, In Africa, that's some serious dollar. These are pure go-getters. They are talkers. They will invest in marketing, advertising, skills. They will start sharing content. They are coachable as well, most of the time. Sometimes these people are actually introverts, but when they speak, people stop and listen. And these are the people you totally want to connect with on even a deeper level, and if possible, a daily basis in the first 21 days of their joining your team. And these people, you want to help them get their first sale fast, because that really jacks them up and fires them up to do more and to build that team. And if your residual is levels deep, you have just got your leader, the runners. The majority of these people won't even be in your direct line. Good morning, Maura. How you doing? Get some fist pump high five. Good to see you here, darling. Hope you're feeling fine. So these people could be 2 to 4 levels down. And by the way, you are going by their word. So what I'm talking about is someone telling you, I want to make $10,000 per month more. It's their word. But do they do what they say? Do they walk the talk? Now that is up to them to prove to you that they do walk the talk. So most people say a lot of things and never do them. Most people say a lot of things and they're just air, blowing hot air. So do not be surprised if the majority of people, when you ask them their desire, their want, what exactly they want from this gig, they're gonna tell you, I want to make an extra $10,000. I want to build a big, massive building and have commercial buildings in the middle of town. I want to live the life. I want to go on 10 vacations a year. I am the badass boy. I'm ready to do the work. And then they are like when a dog goes, they go. Most people are like that. 3 to 5% will actually talk and do the work. 80% will tell you they want that money, but actually all they really want is 500 extra bucks a month, and that's all they want, and they do not feel that their desire meets the level of investment you're asking them to put in. Attend events, invest in their marketing, invest in their learning, and so they quit. And sometimes your upline themselves will be that person who does not feel they are worthy learning the skills they need to build a business. And that can totally pull the rug from under your feet, because if your upline is not willing to pull out their finger, you feel like you're not supported. And here's my answer to you when you get to that point, because many times you do, especially if your upline is not a go-getter leader. You started the business for yourself, not for your upline, not for anybody else, for yourself and for the people that you care about, and your power echoes. So the love spreads out to the things you're gonna buy, the churches you'll support, the communities you'll support, the charities you'll support, and all that juice. But the important thing is you started business for yourself. So if your upline quits, it does not mean it's time for you to quit. It means it's time for you to pull out the marigolds and get down into the trenches and do the work, step into their shoes, so to speak. So here's the deal. Those people that I've talked about, the 3 to 5 percenters who really deliver the juice and who are ready to invest in themselves, ready to run the race, the Maureen's of this world, the Jane Brendas, all you guys who are here and you're in network marketing, they need you. They need you because you are in business for yourself, but not by yourself. And that should be your mantra when you show these people that when you start this business, you will be in business for yourself, but you will not be by yourself like most traditional businesses, where when you start the business, it's you and yourself. Here we work together, we lock arms, we help each other, and we grow. So the producers, the people who do the work and they produce results, those are the people that you are going to run with. No need to micromanage them because they are already managing themselves. The rest of the people are in your downline, sideline, whatever line they are in your company. If they are not producing results, signing people up, prospecting, selling your product, you simply love on them. Just show them love. Send them an email now and then. If you have a WhatsApp group, say, hi guys, how you doing? What's up guys? How can I help you? I'm here to help you. I'm here to help you build your business. Because surprisingly, 80% of your residual income will come from the runners, the people who are actually doing the work, not from the 80% who are not doing the work. it will come from the 20%. It has been proven over and over and over again by statistics. So if you're a network marketer, stop worrying and stop feeling guilty about people who don't produce results. It is not you who is supposed to motivate them. Your job is to inspire them by producing results, by showing them that this is how it's done. And if you want to learn how I do it, I'm ready to show you the way, but I will not do the work for you. Okay? So those people that are duplicating, they become your accountability partners as well. So if you stop focusing on them because you are focusing on the ones that are not producing, which is usually the case. Usually when you're an upline and you're an amateur and you're new to the business, you're going to focus on those that are dropping out, those that are quitting, those that need you to convince them every blessed day that they are running a business, it's not an employment. And you literally spend so much energy trying to keep these people to stay in your team because you are desperately wanting to keep your residual income at its current level and increasing. And my answer to you is focus on the runners, focus on the 3 to 5% who are willing to build, because these people you're trying to convince, the minute you stop convincing them, they'll drop off anyway. They were literally just they were never in it to win it. They just wanted 80%, up to £500 a month, and they're not willing to pull out the finger to get that figure. They're not willing to do more to get that figure because their desire does not match the investment you're asking them to put in. Time, resources, extra payments outside of their auto ship. They're not willing. So I hope that makes sense to you. For those of you that are building businesses where you have products that have long lifespans, like it may take someone like 6 months or a year to renew their product. So even if you make sales, the sales will not really be the kind of sales you're talking, to talk about. So your big job is to actually get people into your team so you can make more residual income. Focus on serving the people where they are by finding out their desire, by knowing their why, so that you can be able to point them in the right direction depending on their desire. Now, here's the surprising thing. Sometimes people may start at, I just want an extra $500 a month. But then something happens in their life that changes that like that. Maybe they have a very sick parent or a child, or they themselves face a serious problem and they really have to pull their finger out. Maybe they lost their job and they need to pull their finger out if they're going to be able to maintain the auto ship and also start to bring in an income. And they may move from the 80% to the 3 to 5%ers, or even to the 15 to 17%ers who are open to investing further in themselves and building that thing. You just have to be observant of your team, loving on them where they are. Then you will know what's going on in their lives enough to inspire them to grow. You cannot motivate somebody. That's an inside job. You can inspire them because that can be an outside job. Focus on the producers while being open to serving the 80% and the 15%ers. It's something that I had to learn the hard way. I was always focusing on the people who were not producing, trying to keep them around the campfire, trying to almost begging them to stay because I was desperate. Most of you know I was desperate to make some money. I didn't have a job. So if anyone joined my team and 2, 3, 4 months later, they were like no longer interested, not responding to our team calls, not responding to my text messages, I was desperate. I was becoming like Godzilla. I was stalking them, even starting to play the blame game. You're supposed to come and do the training. You're not showing up. What's wrong with you? Like I was their manager, and that made them even more, whoa, keep away from me. It's not your business. If I don't show up, it's none of your business, even though when they do finally quit, they make it your business why they've quit. They make it your business how you took them into this pyramid thing where their money was stolen. The pyramid is still running. People are still making money from it, but you are the cause of why they did not make any money and why they left this pyramid thing. And it's actually, it's a fraud. People's money is stolen. People said so many things about me, I cannot tell you what, but I am one of those people who knows how to block my mind and block people's voices out, even when I didn't know that was a great skill that I needed to develop in order to grow a thicker skin. So How often should you be in their space, your team members? At least weekly. At least weekly. Most of you have WhatsApp groups. Good old WhatsApp, a blessing, a social media presence that people very rarely talk about. It's also a business tool. So most of you have WhatsApp groups where you can post your weekly team meetings, your weekly Zoom calls or Skype calls or webinars, or where you go for your product parties, when you go to people's homes or to a hotel or to a public space where you hire and you do presentations, you expose your products to more people, and you talk about business, you talk about marketing and all that. You at least invite them to weekly meetings. You have phone calls, you share successes, you share challenges, you share questions, and you share tips on how you recruit and how you sell your products so that your team can grow. And you also invite them to a resource where you learn how to build your business, like the Den and wherever else you have your training from. I'm sure you have several other coaches. And so do that. Also create a Facebook group if your company allows it. Some companies are like proper Godzillas when it comes to Facebook and social media. But if your company is not that closed, start a Facebook group and start putting in some files in that group with tips on, say, your first 21 in 21 days. In other words, you bring a person every day for 21 straight days. I'll show them your business. I'll share your business with them and help you close your first, however many you can help them close. You can't determine the number, but you can help them get their first sales. If you definitely do your job, if you talk about your successes, if you focus on your pain and you share your story, if you focus on how you got out from the pain, because staying in the pain is just not, you don't want to stay there, and you inspire the people to start their business as well, or to buy your products and start a monthly payment as product users, and then you can marinate on them, drip on them, and bring them in as business builders. That's how you keep people around the campfire. That's how you keep people inspired to build their business, while also making sales to customers. If your business lends to customers and therefore you get some payment from being a customer bringer, as opposed to just someone who recruits people. In some countries that's illegal. For instance, in the United States, a business that is based on just recruiting people is illegal, when it's not a jobs agency, that is, or an agency that deals with recruitment and human resources. If it's a network marketing, MLM type tier marketing kind of thing, and all the only product is recruiting, that's illegal. So when you're talking about your concept, don't talk about, when you recruit people you get paid. Don't say that. Encourage people to promote their product, and then inform them that when you make a sale and the person wants to become a preferred customer and be able to receive an income from promoting the product, you can become a representative of this concept, this big deal, this project that I work on. Don't lead with, if you join me and you bring your Auntie May to join and you bring your Uncle George to join me. In some countries that's illegal. Lead with your product, and then lead with the advantage of, if you're a customer and you enjoy the product so much, you might want to become a preferred customer of the company and of course in my team, because I brought you in, and you can get a commission and be paid some money for presenting and promoting the product, and that could actually change your life the way it did mine. That's it. So that's it, guys. Today's daily win is a really fun one. Go do it. I promise you'll start to see your life change if you get into the stage that I've just laid for you. Get into that stage. You're the director of that movie, you're the actor, you're the main actor, you are the Oscar winner of that movie. Get in deep. And for those of you that really want to get in, if you ask me, I'll send you a video that will help you do some quantum jumping and really getting into that mind movie and making it a serious part of your life so that you can manifest it. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for being with me, Maura. Looks like people are up to what today. But, you enjoy the replay when you do. And happy Thursday. Throwback, throwback, throwback. Yeah, that's why I told you today you're gonna quantum jump. You're gonna do a throwback into your old life, and you're gonna jump into your future. Then you're gonna join the two together and create a big fat Y, a desire that's gonna push you, inspire you, and take you towards your results. The more you dream, the more you do the right actions, inspired actions to bring your dream to manifestation. So dream some more. Be a dreamer. I'm a dreamer, me. If I didn't dream, you wouldn't have the den. So take care, guys. Love you.